Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be sharing with you my favorite drugstore skincare, and it happens to be the skincare that I'm using right now. And I'm going to share with you what I'm loving and why I'm using it. I know that many of you know that I try a lot of skincare, and I kind of got myself in a little bit of trouble with it because I was trying too many things and my skin was really starting to react. So this summer and early fall, I just had really, in my opinion, bad skin for me. You know, I was breaking out and I was dealing with dryness and flakiness, and it was just like a mess, and I couldn't quite get it figured out. So after a trip to the dermatologist and binge watching Dr. Dre's videos, she's a board certified dermatologist here on YouTube, and I will link her channel below. You know, you might not agree with everything that she suggests, but I think that she has some really great solid advice and knowledge about skincare. And I also like to consult with the Beautypedia. It used to be Paula's Choice Beautypedia, but now it's an online, you just Google Beautypedia and it rates skincare with like 0 to 5 stars, and it gives you expert reviews on products, and they rate them on their ingredients, like ingredients that actually work. And they might get a bad mark if they have ingredients that create like a lot of sensitivity in skin, or it's just like an ingredient that really shouldn't be in your skincare. So I also reference the Beautypedia a lot. And all of these products come highly recommended, not only from my dermatologist, but from Dr. Dre and also the Beautypedia. So it's like 3 sources of information saying that these are wonderful products. And honestly, you could use these products as your only skincare for the rest of your life and probably be just fine. Not the exact products, but from the range of products. You know, you might need one for oily skin or one for dry skin, whatever your skin type is, but the brand is very, very solid. And so I'm gonna start off right away telling you it's pretty heavily CeraVe, some Olay, which doesn't get quite as high marks by some people, but the ones I have are pretty good, and Cetaphil. And I think that's it. Oh, I've got a Dr. Thayer's product and a couple other products. So I will share those with you. I'm gonna try to do them in order, like cleansers, then moisturizers, eye cream, and so on. And I'm gonna try to just be brief. So let's just jump in and get started. I have 2 cleansers that I am going to just stick with as long as I possibly can. I am a skincare junkie. I love trying new things. And whenever I get my skin like in a really great shape and things are working, it's just normal for me to throw something else in there and ruin what I've been doing. So I'm going to try really hard not to. I'm going to try to keep this as my cleanser as long as it's working for me. And this one is from CeraVe, and it's the Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser for normal to dry skin. And let me just tell you what it says. It cleanses, hydrates, and removes makeup without disrupting the protective skin barrier. It has 3 essential ceramides, amino acids, and hyaluronic acid. And it does remove makeup. It even says on there, removes makeup. And that's really important because when I purchased my cleanser, the initial one, I wanted to really nourish my skin. So I got the hydrating cleanser, which is a cream. It doesn't foam. This one is like a cream to foam, and it foams, but it's not like a big lather. It just foams up a little bit. But when I was using the cream one, it didn't remove my makeup. Even if I double cleansed with it, it didn't remove all my makeup. And I really need that little bit of deeper clean, especially at night. So this is the cleanser that I use. They also have another one that's a salicylic acid cleanser that my sons use. It's meant for oilier skin. They're not using it now because it's their swim season and they're in chlorine a lot, but so they're using this one. But when they have oily skin, like in the summer months, they like to use that one. And that's good if you're acne prone. But when I try to use that one, it really strips my skin, and my skin kind of tingles a little afterward because of the salicylic acid. And so this is the one that works for me, the Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. And I like that it has the ceramides in it. It's got the essential fatty acids. It's got the hyaluronic acid. So it's got a lot of good hydrating ingredients in it. Removes all my my makeup, and it's wonderful. I keep one in my shower, and I keep one at my vanity for the morning to wash off the skincare that I've used the night before, and it doesn't dry out my skin at all. So really good. I have 2 toners that I use, and in the morning after I cleanse my skin, I always just go in with a burst of the Thayer's facial mist, and this is like a witch hazel, which can be a little drying for some people. It has aloe vera and it's the rose petal scent. I've just always really enjoyed Thayer's products. I think they do make a hydrating one I need to check out, but I really like this one, and I like that it has the little spray, so you don't have to use like a cotton pad. You can just spray it and then blot with your towel from like your shower or whatever. So I really like that one. This I've been using very sparingly, and I use it only like once or twice a week because my problem is falling into the pattern of over exfoliating my skin. So I try to be very careful with not over exfoliating my skin and keeping my skin barrier really bouncy, nourished, and intact. But sometimes you just need to kind of take like some cotton and go over your face with something a little more exfoliating, especially because I'm not using my ordinary overnight exfoliator or my Dr. Oz 4-minute exfoliator. They're full of like glycolic acid and things like that, and they give you a really deep exfoliation. In the winter months, I can't use those things. That's just too dry here where I live. I use this very sparingly, and it's the Pixie Glow Tonic, and it's a 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. So I will just put a little of this on cotton, go over my face with it, my neck and my chest as my exfoliant. And then I just really moisturize my skin afterward. And it's been working out really well for me. I don't feel like I have dead skin cells piling up on my skin. I feel like my skin is looking bright and looking good despite not exfoliating as much as I was. Like over the summer, I just went wild with the exfoliants, and it wasn't doing me any favors. I'm gonna start with my 2 favorite facial moisturizers from CeraVe, and I've used these products over the years. I always have them on hand, and I just kind of neglect them sometimes. But right now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my skin is in such a good place. I don't want to rock the boat. So for my AM moisturizer, I'm using the Facial Moisturizing Serum from CeraVe, and this has 3 essential ceramides, which your skin needs for its barrier function: niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. This has recently been reformulated according to the Paula's Choice Beautypedia, but they do say that it's actually better now because they put in an ingredient that stabilizes your pH, and your pH of your skin needs to be stabilized so that your skin can utilize the ingredients in this, the ceramides, the niacinamide, and the hyaluronic acid. So even though these are moisturizers, they have it's like a serum too. And when you put them on, this one, the daytime one, does have an SPF of 30, which is great. So it's got this high SPF in it, and I do bring it all the way up to my eyes. Even though I use a separate eye cream, I do bring it up all the way around my eyes and make sure I bring it down to my neck, my chest, any skin that's exposed. I even rub it into my hands. So I go through this, but it's not that expensive. And like I said, it has the ceramides in it, the niacinamide. The niacinamide, I've discovered, is an ingredient that I love. Some people have a hard time tolerating niacinamide. I have a harder time tolerating vitamin C, and I keep trying and trying and trying to use vitamin C. And I have so many vitamin C serums, but my skin always gets a little too dried out whenever I use one. So I decided I'm just going to use niacinamide, which is what my skin prefers. Niacinamide is an amazing ingredient because it makes your skin cells communicate with one another. So when one cell is being treated with serum and ingredients to make it healthier, it will communicate to the surrounding cells and they all will follow suit. It's just an amazing ingredient, and there's tons and tons of research behind niacinamide to show that it really works. And something interesting that Dr. Dre always says is that she doesn't use vitamin C serums. She honestly doesn't trust that they actually work. And she did say she knows that all of us come on there and tell her, yes, they work, I have great results, yada, yada, yada. But she said the research just really isn't there, and she doesn't waste her money on them. And I've found that niacinamide actually does for me what I hope that vitamin C will do for my skin. It brightens my skin. It kind of decreases my pore size. And nothing can really do that, but I feel like it kind of just cleans them out and makes them appear smaller and tighter. And it also brightens your skin and decreases dark spots. And that's what I hope for in vitamin C serum, but vitamin C serum is always way too harsh. So the niacinamide is what I really love and use. And when I use it, it does make my skin tingle a little bit. It doesn't burn, but I definitely feel like a little bit of a tingle, which means that it's working. I think it's like the microcirculation in your skin is tingling and those cells are communicating with one another. It doesn't make me splotchy, like I'm reacting to it. It just gives me like a nice flush, which dissipates after the product soaks into my skin, and then it just goes away. So it's just on contact that I feel that, and then it goes away. All of these are fragrance free, and CeraVe is pretty well known for ceramides, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. I feel like these companies buy their ingredients in bulk, some of these like drugstore ingredients or even higher end, and then they put them in all their products, which is great if they're using great ingredients like CeraVe is. And then the only difference I think between the nighttime and the daytime serum is that the nighttime one does not have SPF in it. This also has the 3 essential ceramides, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. It's oil free, so is the daytime one. And this one says ultra lightweight. The daytime one doesn't say that, but the weird thing is it is lightweight, and I feel like the nighttime one is a little bit heavier, but it's still really lightweight. It just comes out like a nice cream, and you rub it into your skin and it soaks right in, and it just leaves your skin so healthy and moisturized. And I love these 2 products. This is what I'm going to be using all winter unless I have like a major reaction to something. Right now, my skin just keeps getting better and better. It's still kind of healing for everything I did to it over the summer months, but it's really in a good place, so I don't want to change what I'm doing. Okay, so the next product is the CeraVe Healing Ointment, and I am in love with this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. When you see it, you might think it's just Vaseline. It's not just Vaseline. It does have petroleum in it, so it does contain like Vaseline, which is the name brand for petroleum products, but this also has ceramides in it. It has hyaluronic acid in it and cholesterol and your fatty triglycerides in it that make up your cell's intercellular matrix. So think of like mortar for bricks. So as your skin is healing and trying to be healthy, you need something to kind of hold those skin cells together and keep them smooth. This is made up of the same kind of ingredients. So when you put it on your skin, it does form an occlusive layer. It claims to be non-greasy, but I would say it is a little bit greasy. When I put it on, it just kind of soaks in and it gives your skin this really nice shine. And I don't mind the little bit of greasiness that I do feel. I don't wear this all over my face as my moisturizer. If I'm using this on my face, I'm using it as like a spot moisturizer. And I just put it like where I need it, like on spots of really dry skin. But there is a time that I do put it all over my skin. And this is the next thing I'm going to share with you is something that you can't get from the drugstore unless you have a prescription. But there is something similar that you can get from the drugstore. And this is my Tretinoin 0.5. And I've used Tretinoin ever since I was like 18 years old, with small breaks here and there throughout my 30s when I was having children. But I've used this pretty much the longest than any other thing besides like jojoba oil or argan oil and tretinoin. Those are like always my go-tos when I was younger. And I don't use it every day. I never could use it every day. I'm never one of those people who could build up to using it every day. And even in my 40s, before I was menopausal, I tried and it just never worked for me. It would just always over dry my skin. So I use it once a week, and I use it on Sundays. That's when I do like my beauty treatments. I deep condition my hair. I clip my nails, I do my toenails, and I shave my legs and do the works. So I do use this to mix with tretinoin. Now, if you do watch Dr. Dre, she says not to mix your tretinoin with anything that you don't need to. And I can't really even remember why, but it doesn't make it ineffective. But I do mix these together because I find that not only does it spread out my tretinoin a little bit better and I use less, but it makes it less harsh. But I know that it still works because a couple of days after I use my tretinoin, my skin always goes through, before I mixed it with this, it always went through like a little dry patch for a few days, and then I'd start to peel in various places. And I still get that dryness, but without the peeling, so it's better. And I use it Sunday night, and usually, like today's Wednesday, and I do have some dry patches on my skin, regardless of using this. But it does help a lot, and I know that my tretinoin still is working, so I just continue to use it. And it's an amazing product. I have one in my purse, I have one on my vanity, I have one in my bathroom. My sons, like I said, who are swimmers and battle dry skin like crazy, they have it. It's just amazing, and it does make you feel like a little bit greasy and it's a little bit heavy, but I really like it anyway. So if you're in a dry climate, give it a try. You don't have to use it all over your hands like I just did. You can just place it where you need it. So I have 2 eye creams that I'm currently using, and I did run out of my City Beauty eye creams that I was using. I used the eye lifting primer serum for on my lids and upper eyes, and then I used another eye cream around my eyes. They gave me no problems. All the things I've been having going on with my skin lately, that was not one of them. But I ran out, and I decided just to go to Walgreens and purchase some eye creams that I've used many times before and have had a really good success with. So I purchased the Olay Eyes Eye Lifting Serum. This does get 5 stars from the Paula's Choice Beautypedia. And let me tell you, I wrote down some notes about what's in it. So this is an eye lifting serum. It gets 5 stars. It's skin replenishing. It has glycerin. And I recently talked to you about glycerin in your skincare in a recent video, because you want glycerin because if you put all these ingredients in your skin and your skin isn't making anything to hold them, then it's not really going to work. But glycerin is one of those ingredients that really kind of helps your skin accept and use those ingredients. That's the best way that I can explain it. And so it has the glycerin in it, and it has ceramides, niacinamide, and fatty acids for a smooth and more youthful eye area. Now, Paula's Choice did go on and on about how the ingredients in this are effective. The ceramides, we know they work. The niacinamide, we know it works. And, the glycerin is really good to have in there, and all the ingredients are really good. But in terms of lifting, it said that there's really nothing that can permanently lift. So there are products that give you like that temporary lifting, like some of those products that are a little sticky and can pull things up. But Paula's Choice didn't say that this can do that. I've had really great luck with lifting, I think, with the DMAE Eye Lifting Serum. That's one of the eye creams I've used the very longest. They didn't have it at Walgreens. I was running into Walgreens, so I just opted for this one. But that has DMAE in it, and you can Google DMAE. I did a whole video on that eye cream. I'll link it below in case you're curious. But this is what I'm using right now, and I'm alternating it with the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. I find that this one's a little more hydrating, so I'm just kind of alternating the two. Like I'll use one at night in one during the day. Now, neither of these have retinol in them or retin A or any like a vitamin A derivative in it. So when I do use my tretinoin, I do take it up around my eyes and pat it around my eyes. And if you know anything about vitamin A derivatives, retinol, retinaldehyde, retin A, they can lift, they can anti-age. I feel like everybody should use some type of retinol in their skincare as long as you can tolerate it. Even if you're using like rosehip seed oil, cacao oil, or you know, just they're hot, rich in vitamin A, which is what these products are derived from. So whatever you can tolerate, I would suggest, you know, if you're looking for anti-aging, definitely one of those products. But anyways, that's not what I'm talking about today. I have a few other products from Olay, and I have the Regenerist Moisturizer. I usually buy this in the big pot, and I didn't this year because I'm using It Confidence in a Cream on and off too, and I love that. But this is just your Regenerist Moisturizer. I've gone through so many of these over the years, and it's highly rated. I think on the Beautypedia, I didn't look to see what score it gave it, but I know Angie Hot and Flashy raves about it. Like, people who really know a lot about skincare have talked about this product a lot. I got mine in fragrance free, and that's the way to go. I think the Beautypedia gives it a good rating, but if it has fragrance in it, it gets a bad rating because fragrance can be very irritating to many people. I don't mind fragrance in my products. However, as I'm getting older, my skin is getting more irritable, and I feel like it's just better to stay away from it if I can. So although I enjoy products that have fragrance, I'm trying to minimize the use of them. So this is the Regenerist Moisturizer, and then I also have the Ultra Rich, and it's just like the other one, but thicker. And this is so thick. I hope you can see that. It's kind of gross. It's under my nail. That's what it looks like. Very, very thick. And sometimes I like to take this. It's unscented also, and pat it around my eyes before I put on my makeup during the day and at night over my eye treatment serum, just to add that extra moisture, because under our eyes, we just need so much moisture, right? I mean, otherwise when you smile, you're gonna see all those lines. Dry skin really accentuates that. So I'm really hydrating my under eye area. One more skincare product, and then I'm just gonna go on quickly to my body product. The next product is also from Olay, and it's the Regenerating Serum and fragrance free. I love all these products too because they're in airtight pumps and bottles that light can't degrade the ingredients that are inside. So it's really well thought out. And this has silicones in it that make it feel very lightweight. And this has a very, very light, silky texture. It comes out like that, just like a gel almost, and then you rub it into your skin, and it doesn't feel like dimethicone like some primers. It doesn't have dimethicone in it, but it does have silicones in it, and it just has that very silky texture. But no matter what I have on under it or over it, it doesn't pill or anything. Like, none of these do. They all play really well together. You know, sometimes when you layer skincare or layer products, sometimes one will start to kind of roll off in a weird way. None of these will do that. So it's very silky, and it's just a beautiful product. You're supposed to smooth it over your entire cleansed face, neck, and décolleté day and night. And it has the silicones in it. It's very silky. It's loaded with niacinamide, antioxidant, and skin conditioners, and it's very moisturizing. So it's another great product for moisturizing your skin. Now, you might say, well, I'm getting a lot of niacinamide on my skin because I'm using this, I'm using it in the cleanser, I'm using it, but it doesn't seem to irritate my skin using the niacinamide in so many different forms. That's something that I always try to watch for in skincare, because like, especially when I was using beta and alpha hydroxy acids, I think, well, I'm just using it in this one product. Why is my skin irritated by it? But then I realized maybe it's in my toner too. It's in my lotion, and cumulatively I'm getting a lot of exfoliants. So sometimes you need to be leery about too much of one ingredient in all your products. But I feel like the niacinamide is really doing my skin a lot of good. It's really been keeping it clear and bright and diminishing my freckles. I'm just very, very pleased with it. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to share with you are my 2 lotions that I'm using. This is my daily moisturizing lotion for normal to dry skin, and it has all the same ingredients as the other CeraVe products. The essential ceramides, the hyaluronic acid. You can use this on your face too. There's really not much of a difference. It doesn't have an SPF in it, so if you're using it during the daytime, you'd want to use a separate SPF. So that's why I like having the one with the SPF, because like I said, I put it on my neck and my chest and all my exposed areas, but this goes everywhere else, and I really love it. And I do have a favorite that I used before I used that one, and I still really like this one, and it's because it has shea butter in it. And this is the Advanced Relief Lotion for sensitive skin from Cetaphil. And this one has the shea butter in it, and it makes my skin really, really soft. My skin reacts really well to shea butter. So I really like this one, even though this one gets higher marks from the Beautypedia. I really like them both. So I just keep them outside my shower, and I kind of alternate, or sometimes I take a pump of the 2 and blend them together. Cetaphil and the Olay products also have peptides in them, where the CeraVe doesn't have the peptides. So I feel like by using these brands together, I'm getting the ceramides, the niacinamide, the hyaluronic acid, and the peptides. So I'm getting all those really good ingredients in my skincare, and it's so affordable. I used to say, spend your money on your skincare and not on your makeup, because the skincare is what's really going to make the difference. But I realize you don't need to spend a lot on your skincare. I mean, I know there's big believers in medical grade skincare, and anytime I've used medical grade skincare, which I have, I've used Theraderm, I've used Obagi, and I've used some SkinCeuticals, but not enough of SkinCeuticals to speak about. I've never seen a big difference other than they were too harsh for my skin. The Theraderm had a lot of fruit acids in it and a lot of exfoliating products, and it just really dried out my skin. And I thought, I just need to stick with it. I just need to stick with it and let my skin go through this process of peeling, and, you know, and then I'll feel like I'm getting that great skin. And it would never happen. It would just never happen. And then when I used the Obagi, I'm just too sensitive skinned for it. I even just purchased not too long ago the Obagi not the Exfoliation, the one that you mix with your Retin-A to boost it. And that was just another disaster. I will be starting to offer some of the skincare that's new that I'm no longer using. I might have opened it and used it a few times. To some of you guys, if you're open to that, let me know down in the comment section if you are someone who would like to try some expensive skincare that I've used like one time just to review it or to try it, because I know pretty quickly if something's going to work for me. Like within 3 uses, I'll know. So they're full and they're new. And I've got a couple of brands. I have one that I got from skinstore.com, and it's really expensive, and it's for replacing like estrogen. It's got estrogen in it. There's great reviews. When I talk more about it or give it away, I can link the reviews from dermatologists about it and why it's good to have in your skincare. I take hormone replacement therapy, so I don't need that extra estrogen. So there's that. And then I also have a bunch of Dermatologica that I just got off of Octoly, and it was wonderful, loaded with vitamin C, and it's too irritating for me. That some of you might want to try. I just used it like for a week, and then that was it, and they're still full. Lots of other skincare. So if you're someone who's open to that and you don't mind trying some skincare that I used a couple times, let me know, and I will do secret giveaways, and I will be doing giveaways and drawing names so that you can win these products, and I can send them off to you and they will be used and loved, hopefully. Or maybe you'll just use them and decide you don't like them like I did and you can give them to your sister or your friend or someone else. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do you have something that you absolutely love from the drugstore that you would highly recommend to all of us? Say it down in the comment section and we can all read and learn from each other. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.